so I'm about to go to the gym and then yoga. And basically what I thought I would do today is take you around with me wherever I go today, which will mainly be the gym, yoga, and then sitting on my couch the whole day reading. Anyway, but I thought that throughout the day, I would stop and talk about my top 10 favorite books of the entire year. This is my favorite video to make, and I'm so excited. So with that being said, number 10 is Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. So I had heard about this book forever, but it kind of holds a special place in my heart, basically because I feel like I was finally encouraged to read it when I went to the UK this summer and hung out with Sarah. And we started watching every single evening. Well, there was only a couple of evenings I was at her house, but we started watching the Heartstoppers TV series, and I just thought it was so cute and so heartwarming. And I basically decided to get the books when I got back. I think I only own the first 3. But yeah, this is just super sweet. So this covers this high schooler named Charlie, and he is just kind of sweet and awkward and not really like in the cool group or whatever. And then he kind of develops this crush on this kid named Nick, who's like super popular, plays rugby, all this stuff. And these graphic novels basically cover their like high school life and feelings for one another. And they're just so sweet while also dealing with bigger issues too. Guys, so top book number 9 is Perfect Peace by Daniel Black, and I was lucky enough to read this book because I'm part of the Read So Lit Patreon group. Now, Daniel Black is quite well known, but a lot of times we read books in that book club that I would have never heard of otherwise. And that's not exactly the case with Daniel Black. However, I am still super glad that I read this book. Okay, so Perfect Peace starts off in a way where you can see that bad things are about to come. Super ominous at the beginning. So basically, this lady, don't remember her name because it's been a while since I read it, is literally giving birth to a child. And she is just going on and on, or the narrator is, about how many boys she has and how she's not about to have another boy. This baby is going to be a girl. And of course, when you know, or when she starts going off on that, then you know this baby is absolutely not a girl. This baby is a freaking boy. Another boy, her like 9th or something. I don't know. It's been a while. That's not the point. So she gives birth to the baby. It is in fact a boy. But she keeps talking with the nurse like it's a girl. And the nurse is like, lady, pretty sure this is a boy. Like, what are you on about? And, oh my gosh, I'm just making a mess of things. And the mom swears her to secrecy that no, this baby is a girl and she's going to raise her as a girl. So the story goes on, the baby grows, turns into a child, and you're basically terrified every second of the beginning part of the book because you know that at some point this girl has to be found out. Like, there are so many close calls that just have you on the edge of your seat, and like, you just can't. There's so much tension. The book talks a lot about gender, and about what it means to be a boy or a girl. It talks about family, about secrets. It's just amazing. And it was more amazing after talking to the author because I realized, well, he told us about a whole bunch of stuff he did in the book that I personally didn't pick up on because I was like more focused on the plot. And then he was hilarious and he's like, yeah, like, this author is really clever, isn't he? Or something like that. And we're like, yeah, we see what he did there. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Perfect Peace. And I'm hoping to get to some of his other books going forward because I've heard that he has a few others that are also amazing. Hello everyone, we're on to book 8, and that is Case Study by Graham McRae Burnett. So this is super unsettling and amazing and very psychological. Our main character, her name is, don't know, but she goes by Rebecca in the book. And essentially what has happened is her sister has committed suicide. She is convinced that it was not actually her sister's own doing, but that she was kind of driven mad by this psychologist who is supposed to be helping her. And so our main character becomes this woman named Rebecca and creates this whole alter ego for herself in which she is going to go to the psychologist as a patient, a pseudo patient, as it were, like disguised and pretending to be there for authentic reasons, when really what she wants to do is see him and try and determine what he is doing to his patients that has caused her sister's death and her sister's suicide, essentially. There's a lot of discussion in the beginning of the book on how to be crazy enough to see a psychologist, but not too crazy, because she doesn't want to like be trying too hard. And it's this fine line between madness and sanity. And it reminds me a lot of Hamlet and just this idea of, if you try to be crazy, will you actually become crazy? Hey everyone, we're back where I started this morning. So it is getting quite late and I kind of just want to chill. So what I thought I would do is I would do the second half of the list tomorrow. And right now I would just wrap up the bottom half of the list, which still means these books are absolutely amazing. So books 6 and 7 actually pair really well together. So it makes perfect sense for me to just chop it off after book 6 and do 1 through 5 tomorrow. So book 7 is Journal of a Black Queer Nurse. This is by Brittany Daniels. I met her at Lit Fest, and I am so grateful every single day that I was able to meet her because this book is phenomenal. So if you have read and loved Adam Kay, She is your girl. This is like Adam K, but like woke style. So she is from Chicago-ish land. I think actually the city of Chicago. And she is a travel nurse. So she has worked lots of different places. And this book follows her in a lot of the experiences that she has as a nurse and how her identity as a Black woman plays into everything that she does at the hospital, how her queer and masculine presenting identity plays into things, and then also how patients that have identities that are marginalized or not treated in the best way by the majority of human beings are treated in the hospital setting. And this book is both mind-blowing and also hilarious. And I think it's really an amazing thing that she can do by calling people out on their crap in real life and in the book, while also making people laugh and making it funny. And at the same time, there is serious stuff in here as well, obviously, because it does talk about race and gender and sexuality and all these things. And I think that if you are in a medical field, you need to read this. If you ever go to the doctor or exist in the world, you need to read this. So yeah, I am really excited for her, hopefully, to publish more books, because I think she has a lot to say. I think she has a really good perspective, and we need more from her. She's basically the nurse that you need in your life, and I will read everything she ever writes. Like, Brittany, just keep going, keep going. And then the next book, book 6, is Adam K's new book. I will put the picture right here somewhere. So, Adam K, hilarious, a funny guy, similar to Brittany Daniels in that he's hilarious, but also gets into really deep topics with his books as well, and really tragic and horrible situations that happen to patients when they are in the hospital, or that doctors have to deal with when they're caring for patients. And he just covers so many different areas in medicine. And this newest book, I kind of was almost like scared to read, because I had loved everything else about him so much that I was nervous that this was just going to be him basically trying to make money by writing another book when maybe he didn't have it in him anymore. Like, he wasn't a doctor for that long. How many stories does he have to write? But it was amazing. I was literally like laughing out loud and having all these horrible facial expressions like the whole time. I don't have it right now because I let a friend borrow it, and I hope she enjoys it as much as I did. This book covers his time as a doctor for part of it, but then the other part is like him living a life as a civilian, and trying to navigate medicine in that way as like an ex-doctor, and it kind of goes back and forth between the two. So definitely high recommend if you're into Adam K. And if you have never read Adam K, maybe start with This Is Going to Hurt, and then read his Christmas one, and then read this one. Or if you're not in the Christmas mood, skip the Christmas one and just read his first one and the newest one. Anyway, I will touch base with you guys tomorrow about the last and top 5 books. Bye, guys.